Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I really do want to thank you all for your support and love. And for those that take issue with some of my topics that I choose to cover, I can't help you don't like them. But that's your right and I respect that. But I'm going to keep doing what I do. Yes. This is mainly a channel about narcissistic abuse. But we don't talk about it in a cookie-cutter generic bland sense. On this channel we are often connecting dots. And these dots lead us to see how society is really run. And again, we see over and over the same patterns of manipulation, gaslighting, smear campaigns, flying monkeys. It's the same playbook and it's the same patterns that narcissists use worldwide. But it just happens to be in the upper level of our society, played out on the world stage. There is a YouTuber named Tyrone Magnus. I did a video recently on a reaction he did regarding what is happening politically in this country. And normally Tyrone makes funny videos. And I enjoy watching his content because he is indeed funny and he makes me laugh. And though I don't agree with everything he says, or all of his beliefs, he for the most part nails it with what is happening in our country and our world. And he's not even in the narcissistic abuse community. Well, he's had a few people giving him some backlash for talking about politics or covering and reacting to videos that are political. And like he said, this is an important time to be alive. And he doesn't want to miss anything. So he's going to cover what he wants to cover. And I just watched a video. The last video of Ollie Matthews, titled Societal Narcissism, A Positive Future. Please go and watch that video if you can. And if you don't know Ollie, he and I either started around the same time, or he was shortly after me or maybe shortly before me. I don't recall. But he and I are some of the originals in this space of narcissistic abuse videos. And in this recent video that Ollie made, he's basically reacting to an audio recording of one of his subscribers thanking him for his work and her comments regarding Trump's win. And in that audio recording, she said how she cried tears of joy. Then she became angry. Angry about all of the life problems that came with certain types of administrations, such as cost of living and hospital costs. And that's when Ollie in his reaction talked about how he understands what she means. And this is important. It will sound very familiar. He said several years back, right when they were starting to go after Trump, it seemed there was a clampdown on this platform and other platforms. Not just targeting those that talked about Trump, but those that talked about anything that was anti their agenda. Meaning the societal narcissist puppet masters' agendas. And Ollie talked about how he just lost his job. And he turned on his microphone and started to talk into a laptop about his narcissistic family. And he uploaded a phone call of his narcissist mother. And before you know it, he was getting several hundreds of thousands of views like clockwork. Now he admitted in the grand scheme of this platform he wasn't considered to be a big channel. But it was a successful one. Here he finally found his niche and was able to do something he was good at and get paid for doing it. But then it was all taken away. And if you listen to what he says in this video, he says almost word for word what I've been telling you happened to my channel. The second I spoke up about communism, my channel has never been the same. Like Ollie said, people aren't being notified of new videos, even though they are long-time subscribers. His videos aren't showing up in the recommend feature. It's like someone pushed a button to put a chokehold on his channel and my channel near or around the same time. 5 people subscribe. 6 people get their subscriptions removed. He and I have been at the same amount of subscribers we had at the time all of this happened to us, for the last 7 to 8 years. Let that sink in for a moment. And yes, I was angry as I know he was. But even he said, he knew when he had to pull back and play the legit long game. Meaning, if a change would happen, he would be ready for that change. And for those that don't like Trump, one of the promises he made was to completely end censorship, and to hold these platforms accountable for shadow banning people and not even letting them know it has been done to them. So Ollie did what he had to do to keep sharing his talent, along with staying afloat. And I had to have some stupid thing at the beginning of my videos, if you all remember, for several years, and to be careful about not saying the word communism. Oh, I just said it. Communism, 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 communism. And something that Ollie said in this video, and something I've been saying too, is when you learn about narcissism, the dots get connected. And the nice subscriber that left him this audio recording, she sent him a short second recording stating this very same thing. That once you learn about narcissism and narcissistic abuse, you don't just see it in your family. You start seeing it in all areas of life. And it truly is in all areas of life. Especially regarding those that are high up in society that run everything. Now, will things with the new administration make my channel and Ollie's channel gain steam like we should have had to begin with? I truly don't know. Only Jesus Christ knows. I just know the right thing to do is to slow down when one feels angry and play the legit long game. Slow things down and know that God has me and He has you too. He knows what He's doing better than any of us. And I just know that I'm a blessed little cartoon man to have the ability to speak to all of you. Even if it's just a hello, how are you doing on some days, and deep discussions on others. Like Ollie also mentioned, if he didn't have all of the people that watch his content and that interact with him, he doesn't know what he would have done. And I will tell you this. I'm in the same boat and I feel the same about all of you. I started making those videos with my ex Susie losing her socks and saying wild, crazy, narcissistic stuff. And you might start to see more of those videos coming up. But here we are still talking, learning and growing. I think that's nice. So I do appreciate you all a lot. But today I wanted to talk about a news story. And there isn't much information about what happened. But this lovely young lady was being promptly put into handcuffs. Why, you might ask? Well, she took a really pointy object and she stuck it into her boyfriend's neck. In the video you can see the boyfriend in his car with red stuff dripping everywhere. And eventually the emergency crew got him out of his car and put him into an ambulance. I do hope he makes it. It looks like he might, as he seemed alert. But there isn't much information about what happened. Oh, by the way, I will put a link for this news clip in the description box below. But right now there isn't much information about what led up to this attack. But, like it has been said about men, and men know this saying well, there is never a good reason to put your hands on a woman. And those that say such things will even say not even in the case of self-defense. Because the man is stronger than a woman. Well, I think we need to start telling women that there is never a good reason to harm a man as well. Look. We don't know exactly what happened here. Maybe the guy cheated on her. Who knows? Maybe he didn't want to spend money he didn't have to go and eat at a place he didn't want to eat at. It could range from him doing something bad and scummy to doing nothing wrong at all. But no matter if either one of those things happened, taking a pointed object and sticking it in someone's neck isn't the answer. But here's the thing. Do you think this is the first time she acted this way? I would lay odds this is not the first time. There was that OnlyFans so-called model. I don't know why they call them models. Well, I do know why. Well, I believe I know why. I believe the societal puppet masters want to hold such a profession up with high regards. So other young women will ruin their life. And so they will be unable to pair bond and form a loving, decent family. But that woman that was on OnlyFans in Florida, she was seen on video beating up her boyfriend that was twice her size in an elevator. And he was doing everything he could to calm her down. But then guess what? She too took out a pointed object and stuck him with it. And he's no longer on planet Earth as a result. Look. We have to be able to spot crazy evil, whatever it is you want to call it, early. And though our instincts are to help, please know that's above all of our levels to help with. They need Jesus. They don't need us. If someone even argues with you for literally no reason and screams and hollers at you, the relationship should be over at that moment. Now, for safety's sake, you might have to play the game and pretend everything is okay. But as soon as you are away from this person, you need to come up with a game plan on how you will never see this person again. Because regardless if this guy said something not so good, or he was talking to another woman, or if he didn't buy her the right gift, we don't know. But I can't think of anything that would justify her taking out a pointed object and sticking him with it. Unless it was self-defense. And if that were the case, she likely would have had defensive wounds on her. And they might not have put her in handcuffs. I hope we can learn more about this case. But if it was just an argument gone wrong, or maybe he voted for Trump and she got mad. And though I say that jokingly, I do say it seriously as well. There was actually an incident that I have to read more about, where a woman literally choked her father and stuck him with a pointed object, until he was no more on planet Earth. She also smashed out the windows of her home. Why? Because Donald Trump won and she was upset that her father voted for Donald Trump. You can't fix evil. Not even when they are family. But the message from all of this is to indeed slow things down. And understand what evil looks like and get away from it. Because if you don't, a demon might just take your life from you. Well, that's all I have for today. I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.